What is up, folks? Jorge Anito here. Thanks for coming over and welcome back. Guys, today on 2-Minute Tutorial, a segment that I shouldn't call it 2-minute tutorials, but hey, it's where we just offer something brief, short, sweet, to the point. And that's the whole point of it. Try to be short and sweet and hit on some key points on whatever sleight we're talking about. I have an idea that I think is really neat for the classic force. Now, if you're like me, and probably not, but maybe you are and you have a little bit of nerves trying to hit the classic force, right? Some of you guys out there have been doing this since beginning of time, and you could hit the classic. David Blaine, that guy could do a mean classic force. But man, there's just at times like I've tried it and just not hit several times. And it's just creates a bit of anxiety. And so I have something that I think it's worth a try. So check this out. Okay, so instead of doing the regular, right, classic force where you got the pinky break, right, you're trying to force the king of hearts. You say, as I spread, I just want you to just go ahead and take a card, and you just hope that they take that one right there. When in reality, they may wait till you go all the way down here before they take that. So here's an idea, here's a thought, and I think this works, especially with how things are, what with the social distance, nobody wants to, hand out anything or take anything, and so I think this might have some merit. So you just say, okay, I'm just going to go through, and I just want you to say stop wherever you feel comfortable, just wherever, and just say, let's just say they say stop right there. You just flip it out onto the ground. Now let's say you want to display it. You can also display it if you're using a trick where it doesn't matter if they see it or not. You say just call out stop wherever you want. I'm just going to spread through. Okay, stop. And you can display it just like that. That takes a lot of the nerves out because no matter where they say stop, you're right there on the card. So in their mind, I would think, and correct me if I'm wrong, you would think that the layperson would be like, wow, I had so many choices, so many chances to say stop, over here, through here. The reality is, they really, you're spreading the cards when you tell them the instructions. So you're instructing them what to do after you've already started, right? And I always like to have the force card at least lower than halfway on the deck. Halfway down the deck, I mean. So about a third of the way down, right? That's where I like to have it, just because you get some of those spectators who, they're going to wait until you get somewhere down here. Now, since you have all of this, that's where I like to go ahead and be like, I'll go ahead and start, and then I'll start giving the instructions. Well, what I'm going to do is just spread through, and I just want you to say stop wherever you want. Right there? Okay. You can force it anytime, and it feels like a free choice. So, I think it's worth a shot. Let's get into it. Yeah, and like I said, the whole justification is, people don't want to touch stuff. People don't want to take a card. They don't know where you pull it out of your pocket. You know what I'm saying? They just, especially with everything going on now, social distancing, it's just easier to say, hey, just tell me when to stop. I'm just going to spread through. You just tell me when to stop. Okay, so whenever you're on the force card, right? That's a blank card. These are the antler playing cards, by the way, if anybody is interested. Dan and Dave. Let's say you're gosh, that's a double backer. Got a blank card and a double backer. Okay. Let's say we're forcing the Jack of Diamonds. So all you're doing is just holding a break, and you just give the instructions. Be like, okay, I want you to choose a card, but I'll tell you what, I'm just going to spread through the deck, and I just want you to tell me to stop anywhere you feel comfortable. And once you get close to this spot, you want to kind of slow down, and hopefully like I said, that's why I like to have it on the bottom third, in case they want to take it, to the end. So let's say they say stop. All you're doing is just, this card is loose, right? So you got a hold of this packet. My thumb's holding that card, but normally, right, it'd just be loose. and you have the pressure of this fan on top of it. It's just as simple as pulling away and putting a little bit of downward pressure. Actually, you want to use downward pressure with both of these. So you'll see what I'm talking about. And that's just going to allow it to just to lay flat on the ground, right? So if you want to do it the other way where you display it, let me get a better spread here. Instead of doing the downward motion, you're not going to go down with this deck. You're going to kind of hold it. You're just going to come away, but you're going to push down, and that's going to flip it onto the mat, just like that. And it looks really really clean. Yeah, and it's really fun to practice. I mean, you know, just it looks kind of cool. I mean, they could see that where they said stop at, that's where the card's coming out at. So, I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. Is this something that you would try? This is just an idea I had the other day. It's a way to kind of take the nerves, the anxiety out of the whole action of doing the Classic Force. So I know that I've struggled with that before. I've hit the Classic Force a couple times, but I've also missed several times and had to change things up. It's just a mess. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back this weekend. God bless.